today's show, a Texas armadillo falls over, a camera also falls over, and Jason falls over too. Join us as we ask the question, what is a transit center? Well, good morning, everybody. We are back for yet another amazing episode of Transportation Talk. And today we have a wonderful segment planned for you. We're going to look forward to talking about transportation centers and offices and really what all that means. But we're just thankful that you're here with us. We're excited to be able to bring this show to you live from a wonderful area in downtown Seaside, and it is an active transit office. So we look forward to working with you. But if we have somebody that pops in, well, they just pop in. So anyhow.
Live surprise guest.
We're live. How you doing today, Kathy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
It's great to be here in this transit office right here in beautiful downtown Seaside. Great to get out, see you in person. We're out of the square cubes
yes.
and, new adventures.
Oh, it is. It's so great to be able to be here, not only with you and talking all things transit and so forth, but to be able to have the opportunity to talk about one of the biggest things that SETD, or we hope that most other transportation offices or districts have installed, which is, these offices, these transit offices, these transit centers that are here to assist the community in getting to where they need to go. And Kathy, we're sitting here at the Seaside Transit Office, and it's just really nice to be able to know that we're here, and anytime somebody wants to come here and be helped, it's right here.
Right. It's a perfect opportunity being here to talk about why transit districts have offices or centers. They could just have bus stops and posts along the side of the road, somebody might think. That would save them money, but really, that's not what people need. So not everybody is experienced in riding a bus, and not everybody wants to go about it on their own. So sometimes you need some place to go to verify information as a backup safe place, some place to actually physically pay for your bus pass or get information. We were talking about this earlier, things like trip plans and things like that. Sometimes you can do it online yourself, but other times it's just so good to have a person to talk to.
Yep. We are in this office, and later we're in the next segment, we're going to have the staff member that actually staffs the Seaside Transit Office going to have an opportunity to sit with us and talk with us. But one of the biggest things, Kathy, is being able to have this physical space that somebody can just come to, and they can, well, first of all, they can come here and relax if they want to.
They can.
And, but secondly,
wait for the bus sitting down.
Yeah,
not on a curb.
Information is readily available. We have a rack here that has a bunch of information with all of our routes, the routes of Tillamook County Transportation District, Columbia County Transportation District, and it even has information, and I'm sure our staff here has the ability to be able to provide information on even like veteran services.
Absolutely. Veteran services, there's ways to get into the Get There Oregon website. There's information on that.
Yep.
There's activities and safe biking and walking information. I mean, it's the place to go to. And luckily, there is this location in South County, in Clatsop County, in Seaside. It's not just one location for Sunset Empire Transportation District for you to go to physically and get information and talk to somebody. There's two. There's one in Astoria, which is the main transit center, and then there's the Seaside Transit Office. So that's pretty cool that we've got these two locations spread out to serve people in all across our community.
Yeah, there was a time when we didn't have them, and it was definitely a different world for transportation here on the coast. But I'll tell you one thing. We've had conversation before about what it means to do transportation and be stressed. It's not a good thing. We want to reduce stress when you take transportation. That's one of the main goals.
Yeah.
And prior to having a physical office where someone could come to, people had to figure things out and usually kind of trial by fire kind of thing, find their way around, which, listen, that's not a bad thing to do. In fact, we kind of train people to develop ways to do that, to find better avenues towards, planning your routes and all that kind of stuff. But having This physical location with a staff member involved here gives them the opportunity to help their fellow community member, rider, be able to reduce the stress. And Kathy, I know we've talked about reducing stress and how important that is to our mental health and our physical health, but I'm just glad that we offer that place, this place, to be able to maybe hopefully reduce some of that stress.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is because it's centrally located right here in Seaside, you can actually catch at least 2 different routes pretty conveniently from the transit office. So you can come in, you can buy your tickets, you can get your information, you can get your printed out schedule because your printer at home didn't work, and then you can walk to the bus stops easily and get there and be there on time, have the reassurance of knowing that somebody can check and double check information for you. And so it's the perfect situation. And we're glad to be able to be here and talk about it, and then introduce you to one of the friendly faces you'll see when you come in to the office to get some of that information. So make sure you stick around. We've got a video for you, and we'll be right back afterwards to talk to some of our friendly staff that you would talk to if you came to visit the Seaside Transit office.
What is a transit center? I could probably bore you with a long-winded answer that would probably make you want to stop this video right now. A transit center is a place where you can go to where buses, customer service representatives, and other transit services all come together under one location to help you be able to get to where you need to go.
Public transit centers are a great way to encourage people to try transit. Having a centralized location where riders can choose what routes they need to take only enhances the rider's experience.
Here inside the transit center, you can find everything that you may need to be able to get on your way. We have schedules for all different types of routes and even other transportation districts. We have a great waiting area for you to hang out with. We can totally be in position to be able to help you get to where you need to go. We have customer service right here, so please come on, make yourself comfortable, and let's get ready to go.
If you need additional help riding the bus, just ask about one-on-one travel training.
Most transit centers have areas where buses pull up to. And they pull up to the areas where they are specifically located, where you can see these shelters that are back there are representative of routes. And so the buses will load up there.
The Astoria Transit Center, which is located at 900 Marine Drive in downtown Astoria, is a nice place to safely wait for your next bus ride.
So when you're over here at the transit center, it's a really good idea to ensure that you wait in the right location. What you'll want to make sure that you do is you wait for the bus right up here, not out where the buses actually pull up, but right here. We have shelters right there for you to be able to stand in and stay out of the weather, and a really good area where you can actually see the bus coming. So it's really important for you to make sure you keep yourself safe while waiting to get to where you need to go.
At the transit center, older adults and people with disabilities can safely and confidently navigate their way around the plaza. Now it's time to visit Mary at the Seaside Transit office at the corner of Ocean Way and North Holiday.
Hi, I'm Mary with SETD, and Jason just showed you what a transit center is. I'd like to take a moment and introduce you to our transit office in Seaside. What is a transit office, and how does it differ from a transit center? Where a transit center is a major hub where many buses connect. A transit office is a smaller building that does not act like a hub. The transit office focuses on you, the rider. The Transit Office offers everything you might need to plan your trip. Schedules, bus passes, and customer service reps that are ready to help you on your way. The Transit Office may not be served by several buses, but the Route 20 does stop right across the street. Come visit the Transit Office in downtown Seaside.
Well, hi everybody. Thanks for sticking with us and coming back. We want to welcome our transit office. There's a difference. We have a transit center in Astoria, and we're right here live in our transit office in Seaside with Eric, who is the friendly face that you'll see if you come in to talk to somebody at the Seaside Transit office.
Eric, how are you doing today on this wonderful Friday, man?
Great to be back with you guys.
Yeah, we're really happy to have Eric here, and he's going to shed some light on things that we don't really see that often. Sometimes, I think I know a pretty good amount of what transportation is like for our district and through our transit office here in Seaside and our transit center in Astoria. But to be honest with you, we have transportation specialists that help with customer service and a variety of other things. So here we have Eric in the house.
Absolutely, Eric in the house. So one of the reasons that I said this is Eric and he's the friendly face that you get to see if you come into the Seaside Transit office is because he is full of good information that people come here to ask about. So Eric, I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about, some of the questions that people ask you, or maybe, some of the services that you provide.
Actually, it's interesting. I'm glad that you said that, Kathy. I get a wide variety of questions and a wide variety of folks that visit here. A lot of out-of-town folks during the summer that may not be locals here in Seaside. They can ask me anywhere from where's the closest bus stop, or how to get somewhere, or where's my favorite place to eat, depending on what kind of food they like. So
that's really cool. Eric is a plethora of information. We talked about plethora of information back there in print, but Eric is here on a daily basis to provide people with such wonderful information. Other than maybe a place to eat, can you describe maybe what are some of the services that you offer, like bus passes and routes and all that kind of stuff? What are some of the things that you can do like that?
Well, one of the biggest things that we offer here at the Seaside Transit office is trip planning. I spend a lot of my day trip planning specific trips for people. Like just last week, I did a trip plan for someone who wanted to take the city bus all the way from here to Las Vegas.
Whoa!
Wow!
And did
That's
not
quite the trip.
want to pass through Portland as a hub. So I had to do some creative trip planning, and we actually took them using our connector system that you mentioned in the last segment. We took them through Albany and down the coast that way, so they avoided Portland. So
wow, that's excellent.
Those are just some of the things that I can offer.
That's cool.
Someone coming in. Another thing too is what I forgot to mention last time I was with you is some of my background is actually in travel. I'm a certified travel agent, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So I use those skills in this job, connecting people with other forms of transportation. I know a lot about Portland International Airport and how to navigate that, and I stay pretty much up to date with any information about the airport, just as an example.
That's cool.
That is amazing
It's
to
totally
know
great.
that we have right here in-house, in Seaside, in our little town, an expert on car-free travel, in travel in general. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So if you've got any doubts or questions about how to get around, not only in our area, but to our area from far-flung distances, or you want to get to those far-flung distances, come on down and talk to Eric, because you're going to get more information that way than you would poking around on your computer.
Yeah, it's really good that you have those options. You know, that you have a phone or a computer to be able to look at. But boy, to be able to come down here to the transit office and hang out with Eric, even just to kind of shoot the breeze a little bit, really, about transportation, just to have that interesting conversation with him. But hey, if you really need to figure out a way to get to Las Vegas without using Portland as the main point or main hub, this is the guy to come talk to. You can talk to him and he will work with you. And Eric, I know that you get a lot of just awesome opportunities to talk with people and stuff, but do you like that? Do you like being able to communicate and to educate people in that way?
Yeah, I do. And I get a lot of people that come in on a regular basis. They know me by name. I know them by name. Even a lot of the out-of-town visitors that come back to Seaside, I know from, I've been here about 5 years now.
Yeah.
And
good.
I have returning visitors that come also. So.
Excellent.
That's awesome. Well, we're really lucky to have Eric here in the
Yes, we
Seaside
are.
Transit office. And all the information that you can get. You can buy bus tickets for both Sunset Empire Transportation District, Northwest Point. You can get all kinds of information, schedule a travel training and trip planning, and get it all done. Come down and see Eric at our Seaside Transit office.
Okay, everybody, well, get this. Kathy, can you believe it? It's time. It's the end of our show, and we're just so thankful that you get to spend a few minutes with us each and every single Friday. We're thankful for Eric for coming here and giving just a piece of what it's like to come visit one of these transit offices or the transit center in downtown Astoria. This transit office is in Seaside. Thank you, Kathy, for being here. It's just a wonderful time, everybody. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. I hope there's a lot that you can get out there and do. Hey, we live in the North Coast. What a better place to hang out and have some fun with, okay?
Leave your car parked and get on that bus.
That's right. Come on down.